To Ms. Camille-Cochran.
Sorry, Vic. Once again, my question to the acting premier. Private gas plants in Ontario are gaming the Liberal system for payments to the tune of $100 million while the Liberal government keeps the information quiet. And they are also standing by while the privatized Hydro One plans to install prepay hydro meters to get around the current ban on wintertime hydro disconnections. Since we know the Liberal government can direct Hydro One to do things that benefit their party, will the acting premier direct Hydro One to do something that will actually help the people of Ontario and stop the private company from using prepay hydro meters?
Deputy Premier.
Minister of Economic Development and Growth.
Minister of Economic Development and Growth.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I think sometimes the NDP, when they get a hold of a word, they try to vilify a word. So the word of the day or the word of the week is prepaid hydrometers, as though somehow prepaid bills are something that is somehow bad for people. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Speaker, the minister's made it very, very clear that nobody will be in any way told that they have to have a prepaid meter. It'll be a choice. There are folks, Mr. Speaker, that in light of budgeting would prefer to have their bills prepaid. It gives a choice to consumers to be able to do that. There's nothing untoward. There's nothing evil. There's nothing non-transparent about this.
Wrap up, please.
Don't know why the NDP would want to take away that choice from consumers, Mr. Speaker, to be frank.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Keep clear. Prepaid meters will hurt vulnerable Ontarians. They take away the option of working out a payment schedule if families get behind on their bills and instead force them to feed the meter or go without heat during the winter. The Premier and our Liberal government seem quite willing to direct Hydro One's activities when the result is a benefit to the Liberal Party. Why won't they do the same when the benefit would be for struggling Ontario families?
Thank you. Minister.
It's just not true, Mr. Speaker. What the member is saying is just completely false. No residential customer will be without power during the winter months, regardless of the type of meter used. So that's just a bogus argument. I guess trying again to vilify a word called prepaid meters. Mr. Speaker, there's all kinds of circumstances where consumers will prepay their bills. Sometimes it's a budgeting issue. Sometimes consumers prefer to do that so that they don't fall behind if they're on a commission type of salary to ensure that they have a little bit of room left. Some people even prepay their taxes to governments, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that indeed it just helps them with their budgeting. It's a choice for consumers. They have to opt in. Nobody will ever be forced to do this. It's not evil.
Answer.
There's nothing that affects vulnerable people in any way about this. It just gives them another option, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Final supplementary.
The Liberal government's defense of prepaid hydrometers is mind-boggling. Their inability to detect a $100 million fraud is just it's beyond belief. And the bottom line is that everyday families are paying for these failures of privatization in our hydro system. Why is this Liberal government spending its time defending the private electricity system that clearly is not working in the best interest of Ontario families?
Thank you. Minister.
It's a two-part question, Mr. Speaker. We wouldn't even be talking about this issue of this Goreway issue at all if the matter hadn't been detected, so I'm not sure what the member's talking about. He said that the matter hadn't been detected. If the matter hadn't been detected, then the IESO wouldn't have launched an investigation, Mr. Speaker. If the matter hadn't been detected, then the IESO would not have recovered the majority of the costs, Mr. Speaker. If the matter hadn't been detected, then the IESO wouldn't have registered a $10 million record fine. So what the member is saying, Mr. Speaker, I actually find mind-boggling what that question is. Why would we be talking about this had it not been detected, Mr. Speaker?
Thank